Hey everyone, this is Paul from I Suck at Gaming. See, I have to talk to you about something kind of embarrassing today. I've heard that every player experiences at some point in time. Today, I need to talk to you about ED. Um, ED is something that can be embarrassing to most players. I understand that most people don't know that much about it, um, or maybe they know how to fix it by asking a friend, type of thing. But in this case, what I'm talking about is something called, pull her up here. It's called enhancement diversification. All right, so what is enhancement diversification? You've probably heard your friends saying, or anybody you've played with, you don't want to put more than 3 of any one thing into one of your powers. So if you have a power that does more than one thing, say I have True Grit in this character, it does both resist damage and it also allows me to have more hit points. I don't want to put 6 resist damages into it. I don't want to put more than 3 resist damages into it because there is a law of diminishing returns that's built in or cooked into the game itself. So why did this happen? What came about regarding this being put into place? This happened back in issue 6, I believe. I'm just kind of winging it. It was like October of 2005. So what had been happening since the game had gone live had been that people were using kind of although the word meta wasn't really around yet, they've been using meta builds. So if I was a tanker, I would put 6 things into damage resist or six things into defense. If I was a blast, I put 6 things into damage. All these enhancements would basically stack these powers to be very one-dimensional. And what they were trying to do is force people to play the characters in different ways. And it was very effective. So the way they did that is you can still have 6 sockets or 6 enhancements in 6 sockets, but you're going to get very little value for that already starting with the 3rd. So I'll show you that as well. But let's take a look at some of the actual information regarding this. So Schedule A, right here. Can I get that a little bit bigger? There we go. So Schedule A enhancements are basically those in the parentheses, the 33.33, 16.66, 8.35. Those are respectively for single origin, dual origin, or training origins. So if I have a character who is using the regular single origins, which are probably kind of standard now in Homecoming, you're going to get a little bit better value 2 levels above than 33.33%, but on the average, you're getting 33.33% if it's at your level. So what does that mean? What that means for us is if I actually have 3, say, damage resists, my first 2 are each 33.33%. My 3rd is at 28.33%, and everything after that is 4.99%. So as you can see, the value for that goes down very, very quickly. There's not a lot of incentive other than future doing sets to actually 6-socketing something unless you can find value in 2 aspects of that power. A lot of times people will say if it's a very endurance-hungry power and it's a toggle, you'd put something in it regarding damage and then something in it regarding endurance reduction to help kind of offset the penalty you have. So what is the schedule? Basically, these are all listed here. Accuracy, confuse, damage, defense, buffs, endurance modifications, endurance reduction, fear, fly, heal, hold, immune, intangible, jump, recharge, run, sleep, slow, stun, and taunt. All act the same way. Don't let the schedule confuse you. Different powers act different ways regarding this. But for the majority of them, they're all right there. Let's pull up the next one for us. We'll shut down A, pull up B. Here's B for us. And we'll make that a bit bigger too. So B for us is range, defense buff, resist damage to hit buff, and to hit debuff. So what you can see here is the value is lower, right? So we're not getting that 33.33% for those. We're getting 20%, 20%, 16%, 3%, 3%, 3% if you go 6. So I will show you this firsthand, and I'll also pull up. There are 2 more schedules for us, 2 more different sets I think he has one, so we'll take a look at those as well. All right. Schedule C for us just has interrupt. And interrupt has got a high value, 40, 40, 32. So as you can see, if I want to really max out my interrupt, I start losing value pretty quickly after 2. There's not a lot of value to it after that. I'm not sure who actually sockets out for interrupt. I'm sure somebody does. That's the spiciness of ED, I guess. And then schedule D is knockback. And knockback has got 60 and 60 and 48. So you can actually get a pretty high value for knockback. Knockback is one of those few things that actually can get pretty easily above 100. For all of you blappers out there, that's a great thing. All right, so what does that mean for us in real life? So in real life, I actually have this character right here, Gnoblin, my future master tanker. And as you can see here, I have virtually nothing in any of my sockets. But let's take a look here. I'm going to pull up the detailed information. True Grit here, I've got 6 socketed. It can take both enhanced damage resist and it can take enhanced heal. All right, so currently it's at 15% resistance to fire damage, cold, etc., etc. I add 1 equal level SO. It takes me to 18%. I take a second one. It takes me to 21%. Add a third one. Takes me to 23.4. You can kind of see the value is already dropping down, in this case by about 0.6. Now after that, you're going to see from 23.4, I add a 4th one on. I have 23.8. So I've gone from adding a lot to almost none. I'm sorry, I can't do math right now. But we'll keep on adding. 23.8 to 24.3 to 24.75. So the idea behind this is you're never probably going to want to socket any power out past 3 of any one type. Try to build your characters out accordingly. There is absolutely no advantage to it if you have 6 damages or 6 accuracies or 6 defenses. You're effectively wasting 3 of your sockets. Try to find other uses for them if you can. If you can cut down endurance on it, if you can go for distance on it, if you can increase the frequency that the power goes by a recharge reduction, or decrease the amount of energy it uses by endurance modifications or endurance reductions. All of those things are viable. All of those things will help you out. But going past 3 of any one power type or any one power enhancement type, there's the word I was looking for. Any one enhancement type is just going to kind of give you a rapidly diminishing returns. You know, we respect Christina recently, and I was trying to explain to her, don't go past 3 as you're leveling up on any one of these powers. And she says, why? Which is a great question. And I say, you just don't get any value after 3 of them. And so I went back, I looked up when this all came into play. And it's been around since 2005 in the game. And it still is there now. So try to plan accordingly. And I hope that this helps anybody who has forgotten about ED or who has been recently new to the game and doesn't understand why somebody's saying don't use more than 3 of any one type in a power. Happy gaming. Happy Tuesday. And I hope you guys are keeping cool wherever you are. And I will see you guys later in the week.